Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
James Holder, IFL TV, in association with BoxNation. With me, I've got Kalle Sauerland. We're here in Germany. Just witnessed Nathan Cleverley becoming the new world champion. Quite unfortunate for Jürgen Braehmer with the injury he sustained. Talk to me a little bit about the fight, Kalle.
I thought it was a fight that went to script until the injury. I thought it was, Nathan throwing a lot of punches. I thought Jürgen obviously threw less punches, but by far the more accurate, powerful punches, throwing the power punches. Nathan was doing it on the volume of punches, which was to be expected. He did that. The judges had Jürgen up 2 rounds. 2 rounds, actually all had the same, about 2 rounds, I had it similar. It was definitely ahead, but it was a great fight up to that stage, especially I think the 4th, 5th round was a ding-dong, going backwards and forwards 3-4 times. I thought, in the end, listen, it's boxing, injuries happen, there's no substitutes, can't send someone else in. He's done his elbow, and that's why when people say, why'd you do rematch clauses and things like that, well, I tell you, when you give a voluntary, when we got that belt now on loan to Wales, we put the rematch clauses in there for a reason, and that's exactly the reason.
How bad, I know it's hard to say at this moment in time, but how bad is Jürgen Braehmer's injury, and do you think he will need an operation ongoing from this?
Well, James, I'm a promoter, just trying to make a living, and I'm not a doctor. But I would assume that from what he's told me about what he's done, and from my experience over the years with fighters, he's just put stress on the tendons around it. It's not. At first, I thought it sprung out the way it looked, but it hasn't. It's the tendons have gone around there. Whether they're, of course, if they're torn, it's a different thing. But I don't think he'd be sitting in a press conference if he'd torn them. I think he's just pulled them around, and whatever the medical definition is for that, I'm sure your viewers aren't all doctors. I think
pulled tendon, mate.
The pulled tendon. Strained tendon, pulled tendon, whatever sort of tendon it is, it weren't good, and he weren't in a place to continue. And I think if it would have been the 10th, 11th round, he might have thought, okay, well, let me try this. But it's been a tough fight up to that point, and to go 6 rounds and with one hand, I think, I don't think that Nathan was on fire tonight as well. To give him credit where credit's due.
From Nathan's point of view, speaking to him all week, he looked at this as sort of his last roll of the dice, if you like, at world level, and
which I find bizarre because
he's 29
years I got to admit, until I signed the contracts, I just didn't know that Nathan was only 29.
He seems he's been around for a long time, doesn't he?
I mean, he beat a kid of mine, Karo Murat, about 6-7 years ago on a Warren show.
I remember that fight.
In Birmingham. So it's odd, but so I don't think it was his last roll of the dice. That maybe a bit of promotional talk.
Maybe that pressure to sort of G him up a little
maybe,
bit.
Maybe it was, but I think Nathan's a quality fighter, and I've said before, I think both of them, definitely, top light heavyweights, and it was a great fight. It was heading up to be another great fight. Nathan is involved in a lot of great fights from recent times. If I look at especially the Fonfara fight, and he was G'd up, but Jürgen was landed a lot of power punches on him, and it's certainly in the 4th or 5th round, he caught him quite heavily, but Nathan seemed to come back again, and Jürgen would hit him down again, and he would sort of come back again and have good shots of his own, but at the end, it is what it is.
Rematch, Cardiff, England, Germany.
Of course. Well, we can do it. We'll do Cardiff on the PlayStation, and then we'll do the real thing in Germany. No, the rematch will be here. That's the way it is. I had another journalist just asked me, so the rematch is in Cardiff. I said, oh, Eddie's got you first, has he? No, the rematch, unless there is a multi-million-pound offer from Cardiff, but the Huns, we're very close, and maybe they're going to want to make me an offer on Monday. To stage it in Cardiff, we're all ears, but under 7 figures, we don't need to talk.
Good, well, I say decent win for David Price. We want to obviously see him in with a higher standard of opposition, of course, but he's back on the confidence. He's got his confidence back, and he's back to doing what he likes
he's
most.
He's pumping the jab. I mean, tonight was a run out for him and Dave to have a little, couple of rounds together again before he steps up fighting Alan in a couple of weeks in Liverpool.
Is that confirmed now?
That is confirmed.
Okay. No one's been able to confirm with me so far today. We've had semi-confirmation. It could be confirmed.
Well, I'm not the promoter of the show, so Eddie's got to confirm it. But I've heard it's going to be confirmed.
There we go.
And then he's sort of bounced back with a couple, and I think Alan is obviously a big step up from tonight, and then we'll look for a step up from there, and we'll move it on bit by bit, and see what comes up. At the moment, the heavyweights, for the first time in years, it's moving. There's activity at all levels, and if you look at the from the smaller fights that are going on to the changing of the belts, there's new characters. There's people putting out crazy tweets, which made me laugh today. You say what you want about Tyson Fury. I wish him all the best because he's a character, and I don't know what exactly the situation is, and I think it's terrible that rumours are being leaked. If it's true, it's true. But he'll get his punishment. But to jump on rumours and make big media stories out of rumours, that's a bit sad. It's a bit pathetic. So I wish Tyson all the best. I think he's a great boxer. Personally, he's been over in our camp quite a few times, and all the girls in the office tell me he's the biggest gentleman in the world, and he's always been a very nice guy with me. So I think he has got his persona in public, which he helps to sell himself. He's got to put food on the table. He's got a family, lovely wife, kids, so it's the way it is. But at the end of the day, that tweet did make me laugh. Tyson Montana, sensational.
On that note,
sensational.
On that note, thank you very much for having us in Germany.
And have a safe
really
journey
good
back,
to come over and say you've got. I've got to say you've got
very
the best.
shortly. We got a big announcement with George Groves.
Yeah.
The Saint is moving on to some interesting things. So we've got an announcement coming up this week.
Okay.
So.
Got to say you've got the best lighting system of all the boxing promoters.
Yeah,
so that is a kind of a backhanded compliment.
I've got to move now. I've got to pack it in the car. I'm going to drive up to Hamburg with it.
I hope you've got to spare 12 hours to pack it. Well, that is some bit of kit.
We don't. We don't do small shows.
I noticed.
No, it's great to have you over here.
Thanks for having us, man. I appreciate it.
All the best, mate.
Thanks,
Take care.